Yellowstone is all about the Duttons, but the show has given us several new characters that fans have grown to love. One such character is Jimmy Hurdstram. From 1923 to 1883, and then to Yellowstone, the journey of the Duttons and their ranch has been a legacy of grit, survival, and family loyalty. Each era sheds light on different generations of the Dutton family, revealing how they faced unique challenges tied to the times they lived in. While main characters like Jacob, John, and James Dutton stand at the forefront, it's the side characters, like Tayana, Zane, Teeter, and Thomas, that truly steal hearts, showcasing loyalty, resilience, and transformation. Their stories create a fuller picture of the world surrounding the Dutton legacy, illustrating how everyone, from ranch hands to close allies, contributes to the endurance and spirit of the ranch. This rich tapestry of characters and generations underscores the Duttons' legacy, a family that has survived against all odds, preserving both land and loyalty through each era. So when a gray character who goes by the name Jimmy Hurdstram entered the Dutton Ranch in Yellowstone, fans weren't thrilled. But what changed that made Jimmy suddenly one of the most beloved characters in Yellowstone? If you're still watching and interested in exploring Jimmy's arc, do drop a like on this video to support the modern cowgirl. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on for more Yellowstone and cowboy content. Now, without any further ado, let's get into it. Jimmy Hurdstram is one of Yellowstone's most unexpectedly beloved characters, known for his rocky journey from troubled youth to dedicated ranch hand. Played by Jefferson White, Jimmy starts off as a small-time criminal with little direction in life until John Dutton, the powerful head of the Dutton family, decides to give him a second chance. Under the watchful and sometimes brutal guidance of ranch boss, Rip Wheeler, Jimmy is pulled into the demanding world of the Yellowstone Ranch, where he learns the values of loyalty, resilience, and hard work. When he was brought into the ranch, he was a professional thief and drug cook. Jimmy Hurdstram was a lost young man who was caught up in petty crime and lacked any sense of direction or purpose. Living a rough life on the fringes, he struggled with substance abuse and had no real future. Often characters like Jimmy's are the butt of the joke, and that's exactly who he was. He was witty but didn't quite fit in with the admirable characters of Yellowstone. It was all fun and games until Jimmy messed up at one of his jobs. He ended up owing $8,000 to Ray, the guy he cooked drugs for, and the situation got a bit messy. It was then that Jimmy's grandfather, Dirk Hurdstram, brought him to the Yellowstone Ranch, and his character arc began. Dirk, recognizing that Jimmy's life was spiraling out of control due to drugs and petty crime, turned to John Dutton for help, hoping that the Yellowstone Ranch might give his grandson a fresh start. John agreed, and Jimmy was quickly thrust into a world of hard work and unbreakable rules. In one of Jimmy's first moments on the ranch, Rip Wheeler brands him with the Yellowstone Y, a harsh initiation symbolizing Jimmy's new loyalty to the Duttons. From there, Rip puts Jimmy through grueling tasks, forcing him to confront the weaknesses he'd let control his life. Over time, Jimmy learns the ranch's code of discipline and loyalty, facing challenges that test his resilience and reshape his character. Jimmy's early days on the Yellowstone Ranch were far from smooth. He faced conflict almost immediately, particularly with fellow ranch hand Fred Myers, which escalated into a physical confrontation. He discovered a newfound passion for rodeo, specifically bareback bronc riding. This interest deepened when he met Mia, a barrel racer who soon became a central figure in his life. They started a romantic relationship, and Jimmy's love for both her and rodeo grew stronger. However, after a serious injury during a competition, John Dutton made Jimmy swear off rodeo, concerned for his safety. Mia, however, encouraged Jimmy to follow his passion, leading him to defy John's wishes. He attempted to ride another bronc at the ranch, only to suffer another injury. By this time, Jimmy's character had endeared himself to fans, who all sympathized with him. He had transformed from an addict into a healthy man with a passion for everything Western. Once the jokester, Jimmy evolved into a likable individual with a strong personality and loyalty to the Duttons. Unfortunately, his last injury resulted in him leaving the ranch. John sent him to the 4-6's ranch in Texas, under the guidance of cowboy Travis Wheatley, to learn what it truly meant to be a cowboy. Meanwhile, Jimmy's relationship with Mia unravels, and she ends things with him, unable to reconcile with his continued pursuit of rodeo despite the consequences. He does meet a vet tech named Emily at the 4-6's, and even gets engaged, but that's all we know about his new life so far. Season 4 was bittersweet because that was the last fans saw of him. Season 5 of Yellowstone started without Jimmy, and the show felt incomplete since he had been an original cast member and had seen solid character growth. Jimmy left the ranch in Season 4, but his story ended on a cliffhanger. He was sent to 4-6's ranch, which means there's potential for his return in the potentially upcoming TV show, The 4-6's. His journey at the 4-6's ranch in Texas could offer a new chapter, one where he's pushed even further in his growth as a cowboy. Jimmy's experience at the Yellowstone ranch, though challenging, has given him foundational skills, but the 4-6's ranch could expose him to a different level of ranching, one that could test his abilities and character even more. The dynamic between Jimmy and Travis Wheatley, who seems to have taken him under his wing, could evolve into a deeper mentorship, potentially influencing Jimmy's path in surprising ways. Whether Jimmy returns in a full-time role in the 4-6's show or not, fans are just happy to see him in a cameo role in Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2. He appears for a few minutes, but in the gut-wrenching episode, Jimmy's presence is a breath of fresh air. Dressed up in 4-6's all-red attire, Jimmy in Season 5, Part 2 is a stark contrast to how we saw him last in Season 4. He looked healthy, happy, and more settled in his life as a cowboy on the ranch. Since he's big among Yellowstone fans, his cameo is well received by those who want to see Jimmy back on screen. His return, though brief, brings a sense of nostalgia and warmth, reminding fans of his journey and growth over the seasons. Now, fans have a closure of sorts, knowing that Jimmy made it in life. He arrived at the ranch as an addict with no future, but he's now riding with some of the best cowboys in the West, and it's a wholesome sight. It's possible that he's only making a cameo, and then his storyline will continue in 4-6's in 2025. That opens up doors for exciting possibilities. While fans love Jimmy for his character arc, it's the job of the actor to deliver the script in the perfect way. It's a big factor in how a character is perceived by a viewer, and Jefferson White does that job perfectly. While Yellowstone may be where most fans first encountered him, White's career extends far beyond the ranch, with notable roles in both film and television. One of his most recent projects is the 2024 film Civil War, where White plays a key role in a historical drama that takes a unique approach to the American Civil War, getting into personal stories set against a larger backdrop of conflict. The film highlights White's versatility, allowing him to step into a more serious, dramatic role that contrasts with Jimmy's lighthearted and sometimes naive demeanor on Yellowstone. In the 2022 thriller God's Country, White delivers a memorable performance as a character caught in a tense situation with a moral dilemma, once again showcasing his range as an actor. But he landed his biggest role to date recently after appearing in Yellowstone. Jefferson White plays Tom Farrell in the latest Hellboy movie, where his character serves as a key ally to Hellboy. Tom is portrayed as a resourceful and determined figure, navigating the chaotic supernatural world alongside the iconic demon. It will be interesting to see Jefferson's character development in real life after his role in Yellowstone. Are you excited about it? Let us know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything happening in Yellowstone.